Welcome to LNP Renewable System Integrator. Today we are going to discuss about the ship automation basics part 12 of 22. If you have missed part 1 to 11, please subscribe to the channel. In our channel we had created a playlist ship automation part 1 to 22 English, so that whatever thing that you missed you can refer those in the playlist. So in the part 12 we are discussing in detail about the low voltage power plants, main switchboard, emergency switchboard and power distribution network which is being used in marine ships. So most importantly, at the end of the session we will find the answer for the following question: how a SLD, that is single line diagram of a ship with a low power voltage plant looks like, how a under voltage circuit breaker release wiring diagram looks like, and what are the different degrees of protection against solid, liquid, mechanical impact, that is the IP rating, and what are the manufacturer enclosures rating of marine applications, how a cable used in marine looks like, how a heat shrink tubing used in marine looks like. So as we told earlier, in our discussions we might be using so many symbols and abbreviations for representing the instruments for measurement and indications, circuit breakers, generators, transformers, connections, fuses and the circuit breakers, protection and the monitoring relays, switches, relay and contactors, units and divers. So if you have any doubt, kindly please refer to this part. So this is an example of a ship power plant single line diagram. This is an example of a low voltage ship which is being equipped with 900 kVA shaft generator, two diesel generators of capacity 400 kVA, and we also have a emergency or a harbor generator with 400 kVA. See here we have a main switchboard as well as the emergency switchboard. So this is how the diagram looks like. This is a simple diagram of a ship power plant. That is a single line diagram. So in order to switch on this generator G1, we are having a Q1. Most importantly, this is the air circuit breaker. And Q2 is also an air circuit breaker, and Q3 is also an air circuit breaker. So Q4 is also an air circuit breaker, and this QE1, that is in order to switch on the emergency bus bars, we are using the air circuit breakers. So this is how we need to make a connection to the generator. So especially for under voltage release protection, this is how we need to make a connection, wiring connection. See here we are connecting our under voltage release circuit here. So as we told earlier, in order to be pretty clear about this IP ratings, we are given this table. We have so many IP rated things available. Especially the degree of protection starts against the solid first, then liquid, at last mechanical. So totally we have 3 degrees of protections. Whenever you are making an enclosure protection, we used to get a IP rated. We used to ask for the IP rating, because for indoor conditions there are certain IP ratings. For external conditions, we have some other IP ratings. So we need to be pretty clear about the IP rating so that we can choose the right enclosure for our marine ship application. First, we need to know what is the degree of protection against the solid objects. So this IP, which is starting with 5 and 6. So these are dust protected as well as the dust tight protected. 6 is dust tight protected. So less than those numerals are don't have any sort of big protection against the dust, because this first one is the IP5, which is a dust protector, which has a ingress of dust, which is not totally prevented. But dust tight, that is IP6, the one which is starting with 6, which has a dust tight protection. There is no ingress of dust is possible. Next numerals refers to the degree of protection against the liquid. Say for example, if IP56 means it has a very good protection against the heavy seas. Even though the water projected in powerful jet cannot enter into the location even during which make harmfulness to the ship. So if you are going for enclosure, it is better to start minimum, at least minimum with IP56. Then, which is again, if you're going for IP57, IP58 means these are all enclosure which has a very great protection against the ingress of water. Okay, even if you submerge this IP58 protected equipment, you know if you're going for a submarines, okay, if you plan to immerse something in the water for a prolonged period of time, then it is better to go for this IP58 rated one. Okay, so this is an example IP56, which has a very great protection against the dust and as well as the heavy seas. And also you also have a third degree of protection, which is against the mechanical impact. Say for example, if IP 5, most importantly, it has a very great impact of 500 kilogram of mechanical impact. If you make it has a protection. Okay, as the weight increases, maximum up to 5 kg. Okay, maximum up to 5 kg protection we need to have. Okay, normally it is indicated with the third character numeral. Okay, example IP569. If it is mentioned like this, then it has the enclosure has a very great protection against the impact energy equivalent to 5 kilogram. If you hit those enclosure with a 5 kilogram mechanical component, okay, it will withstand. Okay. But most important thing that you need to keep in your mind is that you need to have a very great protection against the dust and the heavy seas, that is the water. Okay, so most importantly for our marine installation, we are using only these enclosures. Especially if you're going for internal installation, you can go with IP 20, 21, 52. Okay, but when you're going for external installation, okay, you can use IP54, IP56, IP67 is suitable for both internal as well as the external, because it has a very great protection against the ingress of water when submerged for longer period of time. It has a very great protection against the corrosions. So mostly when you are preferring any sort of enclosures for a marine installation, then you need to be pretty clear that you should have these ratings. Okay, this is a example of how a marine cable looks like. We have so many codings. We can discuss this in depth in our video regarding the marine cables, but here we are trying to give you a brief idea about the cable structure. It will have a conductor, it will have a insulation, then it will have a beading. After that it will have a screen, again it will have a outer sheet. So this is how this marine cable looks like. Okay, this is an example of a German manufactured cable, that is MGC390. Here M refers to the marine cable and G refers to EPR85 ethylene, that is propylene rubber, and C, if it is C, it means it has a metal with armor, that is copper. Okay, if instead of C, if it is mentioned D, it is a metal with armor, that is a galvanized steel. Next, the last numeral is G. If it is G, it is a synthetic rubber, that is polychloroprene. Okay, if it is Y, it is a thermoplastic compound. Next, apart from it, for the cable joinings, okay, even near the lugs where the crimping is done, okay, we should use this heat shrinking tubes. Okay, this is how this heat shrinking tubes looks like. Okay, and if you're making any sort of repairing operations also, in order to protect the external thing, you need to give this heat shrinks. So in the heat sinks there are so many varieties available based on the diameter. Okay, and also the wall thickness. There are so many varieties available. Most importantly, for heat shrink, the standard color code that we are following is black color. Okay, even for the length also it is getting different. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. If you want to know more and learn more, you can contact us. We get provided the contact details here. We, LNP Renewable System Integrated, we are providing PLC programming training for Siemens, Allen Bradley and Delta PLCs. If you are really interested to work in automation industry, especially industrial automation, building management system, ship automation, if you're really interested to work in GCC countries, then you can contact us. We are providing training along with the certification. If you had a plan to establish a solar DC lighting system in the place where EB power is not available, then you can contact us. We can help you out. Okay. And if you had agriculture farms, you want to protect your agriculture farms from the intrusion of animals, instead of going for electrical fencing, you can use this solar fencing. We are providing solar fencing as a kit. We, LNP Renewable System Media, we are providing solar on-grid, off-grid, hybrid, solar street light, solar pump services, design, installation, testing, commission, consultancy, and training supports. We are also providing training for access control system, and most importantly, we are also providing training for electric vehicle basics also. So you can contact us. We can provide the contact details here. Thank you so much.